things. Best work here, guys.
This is skincare. Aesthetic. Statue of Liberty. Super excited. Wink, wink.
Very nice. An abandoned motel. Beginning of a horror movie. Power nap. Very nice. Giraffes all over this. We got Jesus over here. That is so cool. Annie Oakley's grave. Train wreck. 1880. We are in Egypt. Hitting different. Holy Toledo. To Michigan. Canada's right over there. Whoa, look at that. Look at his horns. So cool. It's like going back in time, and then this is big. Wow. This is the last Model T. Wright Brothers building. The original equipment. Very nice. I'm overwhelmed. Thomas Edison's building. Whoa. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Paul Revere's son.
Ford Power right there.
Basically Indiana Jones.
In a Disney's.
It's the biggest drill bit I've ever seen. Farming with Marge. Firestone Farm here. Beautiful house. So wrinkly. Hey, babies. How it used to be right here. Childhood home. That's incredible. I found the picture show. It's so cool in the front. 111 years old. Pipe organ in there. Love the general stores. Mother and mother-in-law. The Abraham Lincoln. The Webster's Dictionary. 400 years old. They're running us out of here, guys. Whoa. Juvenile delinquents. A payphone. There's Henry himself. Edsel Ford Thunderbird. 40-acre building. Whoa. To our left, right there. Wow. So they're tearing it down in 70 years empty. Hear them pops? Let's get out of here. The machine's broke now. It's huge, isn't it? 1926. Look how big that is. So cool. 1886, 1767. Experimental lightweight dinosaur up here. Whoa. Oh. Dymaxion house. The only one in existence. So neat. Comic books. Wow, look at those. 1948. School's in session. Shirley. That's so cool. That's cool. It's incredibly big. Really early ones. Don't touch the buttons. Edison's last breath. It's massive. The Titanic. Spirit of St. Louis. Lost my right arm. 59 Cadillac. Reagan jumped into. Oldest surviving. Top of the line. Mustang prototype. Ohio George. Marge versus Wall. Squeeze got her. Clay model. Oh, you right there. Dan Gurney driving. Sitting in a gas tank. 1906. Beautiful car. Turbine jet engine. Gas truck. Broham right here. Oh no. Whoa. Oldest surviving. Man, a real Tucker. Now rode in a plane. John Dillinger. We're getting on the bus. Oh, look at that. Look at the cabs.
An industrial marvel.
Made Model A's here. The Marge run.
Skincare with Squeeze.
Massive, like perfect.
Another plaque to read.
Pennsylvania.
This slowpoke. We're like gypsies at this point.
Guys, welcome back to the Sleeper Dude YouTube channel. It's summer again. The kids are out of school. You knew we were going to be taking a summer trip at some point. Now this got pushed and pushed and pushed because of other things we had going on this summer. We only have like 12 days before the kids have to be back here and get ready to go to school. Now the last 2 years we went out west. One ended pretty tragically, and the other one was an awesome 7,000 mile road trip.
South Dakota.
Yeah, we don't have to bring that part up. The reason why I do a trip like this is because if you can't tell, my kids are growing up. And I've only got another couple years with this one before she's, graduated high school and maybe out on her own and stuff. So a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do a trip like this. The first one we took 2 years ago, I just quit my job. We just bought a cheap motorhome and headed out west. It was a trip I always wanted to take them on. I didn't know if this whole YouTube thing was going to last more than just the summer. So I was like, we've got to go. We got to go on this trip. It didn't really make financial sense at the time, but we did it. And, we got to see things that most people never get to see.
I will definitely never forget it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like because of what I do for a living, it puts me in a position to be able to work from the road and still be able to make a living while we are traveling like this with the kids. I would hate for them to be grown in a few years and be like, man, we never took those trips we could have taken, which most people never get to take. So we're going to take another road trip.
To places we've never been before.
Exactly, yes. So we're not going out west this time. We're actually going to go up north because it's places we've never been before. We went up there to Massachusetts, just bombed there one day and one day back to get the funny Fairmont. But Wall got to see New York City from a distance. But she really wants to go back and see New York City. So we have a lot of destinations we're wanting to go to. So our plan is to head straight up north and go to Detroit, Because who doesn't want to go on a trip to Detroit, right?
Yeah.
We're wanting to go to the Henry Ford Museum. Now, it's not just about cars. There's obviously a big car museum there, which is going to be awesome. But they also have Greenfield Village. I'm really wanting to see the Packard plant. They're tearing it down, I hear, and I would really like to see it before it's torn down. It's a 40-acre building.
We'll probably be there when it falls.
The last brick falls, yeah. Then we're going to go around Lake Erie, back through Ohio, through the corner of Pennsylvania, up into New York to see Niagara Falls, all the way at the Canada border to Boston, Massachusetts. We're wanting to see a lot of the original 13 colony stuff. Then on into New York City and see, you know, all the sights there. Central Park, Times Square, see the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, the World Trade Centers. Then into Pennsylvania, the Liberty Bell, see where the scene from Rocky is, where they go up the stairs. Then on into Amish country in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're gonna go see the fort where the Star Spangled Banner was written. And then on into Washington DC to see Ford's Theater, you know, the White House, the Capitol Building, the Lincoln Memorial. Then into North Carolina to the Wright Brothers National Monument where the very first plane flew. And to Roanoke Island, which is the lost colony where they all disappeared.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we want to do. That's just some of them. I'm sure we'll find stuff along the way on the road. We also did a little rear air conditioning mod. Let me go show you that and we'll get on the road. This is some of my best work here, guys. So we got rear air on this bad boy now. Goes right back there. Last year it got pretty hot, especially going through like Phoenix. Hopefully between the tinted windows and the rear AC, the rear seat will be usable this year because last year it really wasn't that usable during the day, was it? Only in the mornings. So everybody's excited about the rear AC. Squeeze is gonna get the first run. What do you got set up here, Squeeze?
So this is my books. This is skincare. I have face masks up. This is a light for my books.
In the dark.
This is a thingamajig.
Stress ball.
Feet thing, feet, pillow. That.
A static.
Yeah, static.
All right, let's get on the road, girl.
We're going on a trip, you may have guessed, and you probably already know that. But I'm excited for it because we've went on a few. One didn't turn out that well. One turned out good. The last one was very enjoying. I like that. But I am excited for this. I want to go up to the Niagara Falls and the Ford Museum. Those two are like good for me. I also want to go up to New York and stuff. Maybe New Jersey. Boston too. I think Boston's gonna be cool. I am excited for this, so hope it turns out well, and I think it'll be fun. On this trip, I'm excited about seeing the visitor centers at the museums because I like to push buttons. I'm excited about seeing the Statue of Liberty. I'm excited about going to New York, and I kind of want to go on the subway because I haven't been there before, and I want to ride one of those subway buses. And I'm excited about seeing all the people at New York and what they're doing. I enjoyed the other trips too, so I think I'll enjoy this one. I'm like really excited for this trip because I've always wanted to go up north. Like that's been one of my like have to do things like on the bucket list for a long time. And seeing New York is like one of my like dreams, I guess. I really want to see it, see what it looks like. It'd be awesome to me. I know we live in the country, but I love big cities because it's so cool to me. I'm really excited to see like Boston because that's a lot of history up there. I'm really excited to see Niagara Falls. That's gonna be like super cool, I think. It's cool that we're mixing it up, you know, going up north instead of west. You know, going to Smithsonian, the archives, all that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be different, and I'm super excited to go. Oh, we'll probably remember this for a while, probably, like we have the other ones. Hopefully we don't break down. Wink, wink. Hopefully that does not happen. Bye! Woo! We got the road atlas, of course, Marge behind the wheel, and the old family station wagon with the dash cover installed. Let's get to it. Let's go. Woo! Squeeze, how's the air working? It works very good. I like how it's so cold. It's blowing like crazy, and the pipe's super cold.
I went the extra mile. We even put some foam strips in here to try to seal it off really good. Looks like it gets in with the shifter a little bit. This is the first time we drove it with it. We'll get all the details hammered out before we put this to market, you know? So we've never traveled around in a major city like that. We've always actually avoided major cities. You know how I hate Atlanta. We've got to figure out how to get around because we're used to driving your car into the parking lot of the building you're going to, getting out, and that's just not how it works in these big cities. I've tried to watch some videos of people that are like local showing you how to get around, but it looks like we're gonna have to park the car somewhere and just take the bus or take the train or whatever, which is way out of my comfort zone. I've always wanted to go to some of these cities, and that's just what you have to do if you go there. So we'll see how a bunch of hillbillies from Tennessee do in the big city. This is kind of the route I've got mapped out to go up through the middle of Kentucky, into Ohio, in Detroit, up this way to Niagara Falls, across New York to Boston, and then basically down the East Coast, hitting all the major cities, all the way down to North Carolina, and then back home. So my plan is just fly through Tennessee and Kentucky because that's where we're from. We've already seen most of the stuff around here. Go into Ohio. Now, I don't think I've ever been to Ohio. Have we ever been to Ohio, Martin?
I haven't. I know I haven't.
Okay. I don't think we've ever been to Ohio. That's where Mike the neighbor's from, by the way, so it kind of scares me to go there. First stop I have planned is Annie Oakley's grave. Now, if you've watched our other trip videos, I've been to Buffalo Bill Cody's grave in Colorado. I've been to Texas Jack Omahanda's grave. I've been to Wild Bill Hickok's grave. You got to go to Annie Oakley's grave if you're going near it. So it looks like it's in a small town, kind of in the middle of Ohio, just above Dayton. So that's going to be our first stop. But we got like 6 hours to go to get there. Are you drawing? Yeah. What do you got there? Oh, very nice. Is this out of your Rat Fink book you got?
Yeah.
Awesome. I haven't really talked about it, but it's not just the 5 of us on this trip. Brad Pitt's with us as well.
Oh, yes, Brady, yes. Oh, yeah.
He's went on every summer trip with us.
Every summer trip that I went on, Brad has...
Let's see him. Hit him with it. Oh my gosh.
Brady.
Where did you even get that blanket?
Mike's daughter.
Kay gave it to you?
Kay got it for my birthday.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? I think Squeeze got the best end of the deal. She got half the AC vents in the car and her own private couch back there in the back. You doing good, Squeeze?
Yeah, and I also got a table.
Oh, you got your own table?
Yeah.
She's got it made back there. It doesn't work out well if you put them 3 wide in the middle seat. Last year we had quite a bit of picking and poking, so it seems like the farther distance you get them apart from each other, the better they act. We got a late start today because we had other things we had to do at home before we left and get ready to leave. So we didn't leave until, what, 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. So I don't know that we're going to make it all the way to Detroit tonight, but we're going to go as far as we can. Yeah, nice Chevelle. We're getting off at Jellicoe, Tennessee, right on the Kentucky border. We're gonna get some gas, and I guess I'm driving. Before we get gas, I just saw an abandoned motel on this dead-end road. That sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
We should definitely go.
Jellicoe Motel and Restaurant.
That's a motel?
Yeah, pull up in there, huh?
We should go look at it.
Make the loop around the parking lot at least. Look, guest registration. I don't think they've had any guests in a while. Wow, look at that. I guess that was the restaurant there. All back through there, all those buildings are empty. Looks like somebody's maybe cleaning it out.
Yeah.
Huh? The windows are all busted out back there. I love abandoned, like, roadside attractions and stuff. Wow.
That's crazy.
Looks like there's a few abandoned things in this town. Pretty much everything on the other side of the highway was abandoned over there. Quick top off with fuel and we'll be on our way. Marge should take a nap.
I'm gonna get some snacks.
No doubt, look at that. So it's really blowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Works good, huh?
Yeah.
That's way better. Their card reader's messed up, so you have to pay cash. We got 20 bucks in it. Met some fans here. We're gonna get back on the road. Marge's got fans everywhere. Everywhere she goes. They pick out that hair, they know who she is. And yes, Wall had to get a snack.
Yes, I did.
Comfy, Marge?
Why are you beating at me like this?
I just want them to know you're comfortable.
Oh, I'm comfortable.
We're in Kentucky already.
Woo! Kentucky! Tennessee right there.
Exactly. So we've been driving quite a while. We're about halfway through Kentucky. We are getting off at Buc-ee's in Richmond, Kentucky. We've never been to this one. I've already burnt that 20 bucks in fuel I bought back in Tennessee, so we're gonna fill it up. Me and Ralphie are about to spring a leak, so.
Marge just had a good nap.
Marge had a great nap. Making pretty good time though.
Okay.
Pretty good. Look at the gas pumps down through here. This is huge.
It's really birthday cake.
Oh, it smells so good every time. It's like dinner time too, you know that? It's like 5 o'clock.
Sliced turkey on the board.
I'm getting this monster here, 3-meat sandwich. It's got sausage, brisket, turkey. $13, Marge, just for the sandwich.
Hey, these are only $4. This is literally $1.99.
I thought I said no junk food.
Well, I haven't had any sweetness in the last 3 days.
Oh.
I don't even know how I'm going to eat all that.
Got to side off right there.
She fell in love with this. She's been talking nonstop about it.
Brisket. Is it good, baby?
All right, picnic lunch over with. Back on the road. You ready, Squeeze?
Yep.
Marge is ready to go now after that nap. Power nap. Nomad, I believe. Very nice. Thankfully, we're not over there. Backed up as far as I can see. Who's winning these games? Who won at chess?
I won a chess.
Because he cheated
No.
both times.
I had her in check. I told her she was in check, and she didn't move her king.
So I was about to fling him away, and then he flung me, and I was like,
No,
what?
you made an illegal move. You can't do that.
I don't know how to play chess, so I can't say. Look at that.
Oh my God.
That's Cincinnati, guys. We're at the Ohio border here. Mike's gonna be so proud of us. That is a crazy motel.
That is crazy.
Look at these old bridges. It looks like an old railroad bridge over there, doesn't it?
Wow.
We're on the water here. Well, we're in Ohio. Dayton, here we come.
Who'd you want?
Woo!
A little out of time, but good job. Good effort, guys. Whoa, look at those. Look at those buildings. Look how tall and skinny they are, Squeeze. Look at those buildings. They're all tall and skinny. That's so different than where we live. You can see so many houses from the interstate here. Wow. Yeah, I'm in like overload of industrial buildings here. There's giraffes all over this roof. Apparently it's Trader's World, whatever Trader's World is. I don't know what that is. I guess it's like a flea market or something. We got Jesus over here. Solid Rock Church. And they got a big statue. I think we have the Amish renting the Enterprise truck.
What are you doing?
Definitely. I've never seen that before.
Probably full of produce or something.
There's probably a lot we don't know that they do. We assume that they don't do. We're going through the middle of Dayton, Ohio now. Cool buildings over there. There's a big city. So we're veering off the straight route here to go towards Annie Oakley's grave before dark. A little bit towards Indianapolis west and then head up towards where her grave is. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, it looks like. This is our first time traveling off the interstate, despite it seeming like interstate speeds here. We're headed into Phillipsburg. So I think she lived in Greenville. There's like a small museum there for her, but unfortunately it's closed and doesn't open till like lunch tomorrow. So we're gonna have to skip that one. We should be able to make it to her grave just before dark.
Can you hear me through this?
They're playing telephone back here. Yes, it transfers your voice all the way up here. It's as if you're with me. Man, beautiful old house here. Around the cornfield, looks like signs, doesn't it? It's so much cooler to take the back roads like this. I like to do it as much as I can, but sometimes when you're on a tight time schedule, we can't always take the back roads. There's no gas station there. It's got to be 100 years old. Yeah, this is beautiful out here. Very flat.
It's flatter than I thought it would
Yeah, that's a cool old house. I love the old brick houses that are tall and skinny. Me and Marge one day want to build a new house that's that style because you don't ever see that. Wow, look at that place. That's beautiful. Man, they got this guy right up against the highway. Usually they're pretty far off. The one in the middle's on break right now.
It ain't got no wind right there.
Oh, makes sense. Look at that.
How cute.
Look at this tractor. He's on the phone. Papa's on the phone driving this enormous tractor. Ohio traffic jam out here. What is that? It's like a fort he's built around his property.
That's gonna be us.
That is so cool.
That's awesome.
I think this is it right here. Annie Oakley's grave. They got it marked. Good deal. It's not on the atlas, surprisingly. I would think it would be, but it's not. It is absolutely beautiful out here. Like these farmhouses with the cornfields is just awesome to see. I guess you get used to it if you live here. I know people come where we live and they go crazy about the mountains, and we love the mountains too, but man, this is just beautiful to see something different like this. Like Field of Dreams or something, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we are here.
Oh, wow.
It's not a very big graveyard, is it? I think there would be a pretty big marker for you would think, but we may have to search. There's a historical marker up here on the left for it. Here it is, Annie Oakley. Wow.
How cool. Oh, wow, she's right there.
Annie Oakley's gravesite.
Neil.
How cool is that? This was her husband. I don't know what year he was born. The story that I read is, so Annie Oakley at 15 years old was competition shooting and beat Frank Butler in a competition at 15 years old.
Wow.
And a year later, they were married. So at 16, she married Frank Butler. And I guess they were the two biggest competition shooters of their day. So when she passed away in 1926, he quit eating and died 18 days later.
It's so sad.
She performed for the Buffalo Bill Wild West show. Oh, look, somebody's left a case in there. Look at that. How cool is that? She was the highest paid performer in the Buffalo Bill Cody Wild West show. She was involved in a train wreck during the process of them moving from show to show, and she had to end up quitting the Buffalo Bill Cody show. I think she traveled around, though, after the Buffalo Bill Cody show. They did like a show about her life that she participated in. She got records in 1924. I think she was like 64 years old. Wow. She was still getting records in shooting at that age. She was good friends with Sitting Bull, the Indian chief, and he actually adopted her as his daughter and named her Little Sure Shot. She was your age when she was winning these competitions over 100 years ago. I mean, she died almost 100 years ago. That's how long ago this was. Really incredible story. She could shoot playing cards, turn sideways from a distance. You could throw a playing card in the air and she could hit it more than once before it hit the ground.
That's wild.
She could shoot cigarettes out of her husband's lips from a distance.
You gonna let me
No. She could shoot corks out of the top of bottles. Like, she could do anything. She could shoot a dime pitched into the air.
That's crazy.
She traveled over and performed in front of royalty. I mean, she did it all, really. I wonder how many people visit here. People like this in their day were super famous, 100 years after her death. The fact that somebody's still coming here and visiting it is very cool to me. Yeah, it's neat to see her grave after seeing Buffalo Bill Cody's grave as well. But I love these performers. At the very end of the true Wild West was still going on. They had already started these Wild West shows in the late 1800s, and she was part of that. So really cool. But her real name is Phoebe Ann Moses. You're going to have to get out there and start shooting, Squeeze.
No.
You're going to be a Annie Oakley, Well, I guess let's get back to it. We still got a little bit of a drive to go. We're going to try to make it to Lima, Ohio tonight. We got a room reserved. I reserved it. That way it only takes 1 or 2 minutes instead of the traditional 1 to 2 hours. Hey, it's a Holiday Inn Express.
It better be something good.
Here's a grave from 1880. This just says 74. It looks like 1874 from the shape of the stone. 1872. Man, some old ones in here. Guys, today is the very last day of our sale. Go to thesleeperdude.com and use code Raymond to get 20% off your order. But you gotta do it before Marge goes to bed tonight, because she's gonna get in there and cut it out after that, okay? She goes to bed a little earlier than me. Go over there, thesleeperdude.com. It's your last chance to get 20% off. We really appreciate everybody that's participated. Thank you very much for your support. Now let's get back to the video. I may be weird, but I love going to graveyards, especially old graveyards. I think they're super cool. I like seeing the famous Old West graves like that. We got about a 50-minute drive to our motel. With me driving, we'll be there in no time.
Oh, yeah.
It's an old gas station, isn't it? Looks like Bonnie and Clyde would stop there or something. Guys, we are in Egypt, if you can believe that. Look at these cows. I didn't know there's so many cows in Egypt.
The only
Ohio, I guess.
the only Egypt we'll ever go to.
I'd like to go to the real
That
Egypt.
would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Guys, we are in Lima, Ohio. It's Lima, right? Not Lima.
I don't know.
It is 10 o'clock at night. We just ran out of daylight. See if I booked the right hotel or not. Just like home, isn't it, Marge?
Yeah.
How many nights have we spent in a motel like this?
I don't know. Several.
Looks just like this. I always let Marge check in. She knows what to do. She'll get with them if they need it. You gonna ride there tomorrow or no?
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of driving tomorrow, so I think we got like a 2-hour drive to Detroit. Are you sleepy?
Yeah, I'm ready to sleep.
Me too. This is past my bedtime. So Mom came up with a great idea for this trip. Instead of packing like a suitcase for one kid, a suitcase for another kid, and having to take all that in every night, like a bunch of individual suitcases with like a day's clothes for everybody. So we don't have to bring one suitcase in instead of 5.
And I'm gonna sleep bag.
Yep.
Sleeping on the floor.
Does it seem like we're never on the ground floor? We're always on like at least 2.
2 or 3.
Looks like every other motel room we've been in. We did a little over 480 miles today, and we got a late start. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and we're going to drive through the rest of Ohio and into Detroit, Michigan. Good morning. It's like 6:30. Going down to see if the steamroller exists in Ohio or not for the pancakes. You want to get there when it opens. It's the word on the street. Oh, it's here, Robbie. It's been so long. It's got to be straight from NASA.
Yes.
And you know where NASA got it. Oh, that was the second one that came out. What about Marge's shoes? I think Ralphie would say those are hitting different, Marge. All right, let's get it loaded back up and head out of here. The roof topper is a lifesaver. We thought about getting a hard one before we left, but man, they're expensive. So we reused the soft one from last year. They got them old school car washes I grew up
Very
with.
cool.
Everything's now them stupid $3 car wash that you drive through. I don't like them. I mean, you ain't lived till you fed $12 in quarters in one of those car washes.
Oh, yeah. And your time would run out and you'd have to put more in before it ran out.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Filling up the old family truckster so we don't have to get gas in Detroit. She usually gets about 20 miles a gallon. Holy Toledo. Here we go. I think I only know like old timey sayings. I'm so out of the loop. My humor's from like, 100 years ago.
Yeah, we know.
I've always heard negative things about Detroit. Like it's sketchy, a lot of stuff's abandoned. I don't know if that's true. We're about to find out. She gets on this couch riding down the road. She's asleep. That is one of the dangers of driving such a luxurious automobile. How many 11-year-olds in the country right now are on a station wagon family road trip, sitting in the back row, facing the wrong way?
I think that's the only one.
Maybe. I hope there's more than one, but can't be a lot anymore. Guys, we have made it to Michigan. Woohoo! Never been here.
Woo! Finally.
But yeah, Lake Erie is to our right, over there. So I've never been anywhere near the Great Lakes. We should see a lot of Lake Erie over the next couple of days driving. You can tell we're in Detroit. There's a whole shipment of frames for trucks. I wonder what kind of vehicle that's for. We're 20 minutes out. We're coming into Detroit now. And Canada is right over there.
Hey, Canada.
Like on the other side of the water is Canada. We are actually passing a Ford plant right now. Back there, it had a picture of a Mustang on the side. I don't know if that's where they make the Mustangs. This has Lincoln on the front of it too. Flat Rock Assembly Plant. So I'm sure some of you know what gets built there. Let me know in the comments. What is that? That's like a ton of cars there. Are those new cars?
I don't know that they are.
I don't know what that is.
Canadian Customs clearance info.
Oh, look, so you can go this way and go to Canada. Where we're going after this, towards Niagara Falls, it's 2 or 3 hours quicker to go through Canada, but none of us have passports. Honestly, with our stuff, they may not let us through. They'll be pulling the seats out of this and ripping the carpet up if we went there.
I probably think this has something in it.
Yeah. Woodhaven Stamping Plant for Ford. So I guess that's where they make some of the body panels, maybe. It's pretty cool. He came flying by us just saying, he's getting it done. Lincoln Park Shopping Center. And if you guys have not seen this Lincoln Park viral video from the interview, it's like hide your kids, hide your wife. One of the funniest news clips you've ever seen. I didn't even know he was gonna be here.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess we're in Detroit now. There's so many Ford buildings here. I'd love to know how much property they own out here. We're following the tour bus in. Look at the big gate here. Erie Ford Museum and Greenfield. Wow. Look at their fence. The curved brick fence. Oh, this is so cool, guys. I'm so excited already. That's Greenfield Village to your right.
Whoa.
That's the tops of the buildings.
That's cool. They're
Guest
old.
parking. Guess I go this way.
Said guest parking this way, so
We're learning as we go, guys.
This is gonna be such a fun day.
I'm so excited.
I am excited for this.
Oh, wow, look at that. Little old windmill. Hopefully we parked in the right place. I thought you had to pay to park, but I don't know. I paid to park already online. This is like Dollywood or something, isn't it? It looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like you're walking into Dollywood.
I'm already done walking.
You're already done? We literally just got out of the car. Guys, if you've watched the channel for a while, you know we love Eastwood products. You've seen us use our metal brake, our metal shear, their SCT tool to strip metal. But now we just got their VersaCut 40 from Eastwood. So this is a plasma cutter. I've never owned a plasma cutter. Ralphie's been begging for one for a while now, wanting to use it with some of his projects. So this thing actually has a 220 volt plug, but it comes with an adapter to go to 110. So I've got it hooked up to 110 right now. We're gonna crank it up here. We got the air pressure set up at 60 PSI. You can regulate it right here. It just takes compressed air in the back. We got this set up on 20 amps, but you can adjust it to whatever you want. But 20 amps is the right setting for our 3/16 over here. Let's see how this thing cuts. By the way, look at the length on this. Ralph, you put a measuring tape to that. How long is that? What we got all the way to the machine?
18 feet, but it's also...
I think it's 20. That's probably 20 feet, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, you can get anywhere you need to with this. So basically it uses electricity to cut the metal, and then compressed air blows it out of there. If you use code Josh10 at Eastwood, you're gonna get 10% off your order. I know a lot of you guys have been using that lately, so we appreciate you guys doing that. Look at that.
Oh.
So a lot cleaner cut, a lot less heat than a torch. I wouldn't be able to touch that if it was a torch.
And it's quick, too. Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to get it set up, really.
So go check out eastwood.com, use code Josh10, and you're gonna get 10% off your order. That really helps out, especially if you buy something big. We appreciate their help with our channel. Now let's get back to this video. We got in. Hey, looks like the train's about to leave.
You gotta go.
You wanna go on the train? Okay, let's go get in the train. This is pretty cool, huh?
I like it.
Well, we were just a couple minutes too late for the train. Super cool, huh?
Yeah.
We love trains. Marge is gonna freak out when she sees that. How cool is that?
Look, they're just like...
She's having armband troubles right
These are
now.
the worst.
Tight. Yeah, there you go.
They have a working farm here and everything. Yes. I guess this is a soybean building.
Experimental laboratory.
Oh, wow. This is right up my alley here. Whoa, look at that. What is that thing? Hopper? My grandparents have some stuff like this in the barn from, their parents and grandparents farming. But my grandpa still remembers plowing the field with a mule. This is so cool. It's probably a Ford Center or something, right?
Yeah, it said Ford Center.
Yeah. This is so neat. What is that, Pat Huron?
It's got so many levers.
They would run things off that belt. Firestone Farm. Oh, he's rubbing up against the weeds over there. He's mad at them like Rocky does. Morning.
These are all of our Rams and Weathers. So, they're all boys. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. Look at his horns. I can't believe they run him right through here. How cool is that? I didn't expect that. Oh, look at that old truck right there.
Yeah. Look, there was one at Yellowstone.
Yeah.
They're jumping and everything like that.
Oh, they're excited to be out, yeah. You know how calves do.
She's got the feed bucket.
Oh, that makes sense. Looks like a Model A in the front end. Very cool. You think that's got a Godzilla in it?
Oh, yeah.
They for sure Godzilla swapped it. Marge is in heaven here. Hey, if we see a flag, the day will be complete. Very big horses.
Why you gonna give us a horse?
We used to have a pony, remember?
He was mean.
Yeah, that's why we don't have a pony anymore. He was mean. Ooh, stomping. So cool. It's low geared, isn't it? This is so neat. So cool.
Wish ours did that.
If only ours ran, right? We're gonna get in them all too, thanks. Man, here they come, all three of them. It's so cool, isn't it? The old cars.
So cool.
Yes, this is ours. You gotta sit in the ball. Cozy, cozy. Wow. It's like going back in time, isn't it?
Where are you guys from?
Tennessee.
What brings you all the way up to Detroit?
Oh, this is so cool. Cool, huh, Squeeze?
We're in a 1914 Model T.
Sounds like it's barely running, doesn't it? Like just idling.
If you have any questions as we're driving around, feel free to holler out.
This is big. Hey! There's a good job for you. You could be the girl that sits in the grass and waves, huh?
Yeah, I can do that.
This is where many of our historic homes are located. Including the homes we start to make the same loop through the village we're making right now. You can get on and off of it in various places.
Oh, so you can get on that bus if you want. They're fixing up that house there. In their Model T truck, of course. This is so neat. There's more buildings here than I thought there was.
Yeah.
This end of the village holds the oldest buildings in the village. The windmill is the oldest windmill in the New World. Built Cape Cod around 1630.
So these buildings are built in the 1600s, he said. Built in the 1630s. This is really cool.
Awesome.
It's all you, Marge.
I love
This is
it.
like your kind of place.
Yeah.
The animals and the old houses.
Yep.
Do you hear the coils buzz?
I don't think I do.
The coil box on this one's right there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's different than ours.
I thought it was just fire. I thought that's what I heard.
Look at that up there. Wow.
We gotta go to the playground.
Ladies is super excited about the playground. So it said this was 70% complete when Henry Ford died, so he built most of this stuff. Old train safety. Back down to where we came from here. This thing's barely going. This is fun. I think that's my first drive in a Model T that ran. Now Marge just gave me the tour around our place before with the truck pulling me, but I think it's the first time under its own power.
Well, yeah, that wasn't such a good tour.
You don't want to do the Marge tour, I'm telling you right now. So pretty much all these buildings are going. Oh, that's the 15 millionth Model T. So this is the last Model T I made. I believe in 1927, because they came out with the Model A in 28. So this is the last Model T, and it's been here its whole life. It was never stolen, of course. And look, it's a different color. It's like a green. I don't know how many times I've seen a picture of that car and never seen it in person. So cool. We've been into them. Look, that's what we never got to. That's like the magneto system and stuff and the planetaries. Well, that's cool to see the last one in person. Well, this is all the pieces in front of us. So there's a frame, which looks like a set of railroad ties.
Yeah. Probably the same.
Radiators and gas tanks, casings. And they shine that one up, didn't they? I wonder if they had any sitting around, like that had never been sold.
I don't know.
You think there's a warehouse somewhere that still has Model T parts in it?
Probably this place probably uses it a lot.
Hi, folks. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we sell on the car for about $850. It works out to like $20,000 to $22,000 in today's
Yeah, so
economically, right? So
yeah.
It's not expensive, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Right? It performs well, has a lot of buyers. By 1910, he needs more capacity, so he moves into the Highland Park plant. This is actually a purpose-built facility just specifically to build his Model Ts.
Yeah, this is pretty neat. So this is like the place he built his first cars. The first couple years was in a building just like this. This is a reproduction of the building. This is the Wright Brothers building where they were building their first airplanes. So they were a bicycle company and then they got into airplanes, and this is their building. You might can go in, go ahead. It's so cool. Oh, fancy wrenches. Good morning. It's starting to get warm a little bit.
It's supposed to be somewhere about the low 80s today, so it shouldn't be too bad.
So here's their little workroom there. Look at their plane. You want to get on that plane?
This is the original Wright building.
Yeah, he's just hanging on there with belts or chains or whatever. I guess it's chains going over to the prop. Wow, this is the original building, huh? But that's their first flight right there. Look, 1903. This is a wind tunnel test that has a fan in it. Test the wings and stuff. I can't believe this is the original building. Oh look, see they got a belt system that runs everything in here. The plane wing there.
That's crazy.
That's a drill press that runs off a belt and a bandsaw. Look, this is a lathe right here. Looks like. Man, that is super cool. This is, you know, Jay Leno has kind of this stuff in his shop. He said this is the original equipment, not reproductions. I've already learned so much.
I didn't think there was anything you didn't know.
Well, I didn't fully realize that they built the plane in Ohio and then took it to North Carolina to fly it. I guess it was better conditions there. I thought they were from North Carolina. I didn't know.
This is their house, right?
Yeah, this is their family home right here. So this is the Wright family home.
How do you know, folks? Yeah.
Hey.
They wallpapered everything in those days.
Yeah,
So
everything.
and patterns, and like I said, I don't see.
Wow, I love the
it. I've been
wallpaper.
living in this building for so long. It's just, here.
I always wonder how in the world they move houses. It seems like it would be impossible to move a house.
It smells.
It smells like an old house, doesn't it?
Smells like grandma.
Yes, it does. Look, they even wallpapered the ceiling. Look at the high chair there. Wow. It said it was originally only 3 rooms and they added on to it.
Where's the kitchen?
Look, is this the outhouse right here, it looks like? So I guess it's their little tool shed. That's unfortunate. I'm surprised that these families sold these buildings, honestly. You know, I don't know who was still alive at the time, but maybe they wanted it to be preserved in a museum like this for what he was doing. You would think this house would still be in the original location, but they said that Henry Ford started building this in the 20s, and he didn't die until the 40s, so he did most of all this. This is their 10-top photo gallery here, I guess. Oh, gosh. I like that, Ralph. It's nice. It says a 10-top was actually a black painted sheet of iron. Could you imagine getting your picture on a sheet of iron? And it says it's a reversed image, so taken this way, when you actually see it, it's the other way. It's pretty crazy. So there was no negative, it was just you get the one photo and that's it. This building was built here in one day for Greenfield Village, and this is the last 10-topist in America. And he did this from the opening here in 1929 until 1943. In this room, Walt Disney got his photo taken, Joe Louis, and Lillian Gish. Can you believe that? That Walt Disney got his picture taken right there?
So cool.
Wait, I'm gonna do the same pose you did.
Oh, same pose here. We got it.
I'm gonna do it.
There we are. Very nice. Very nice. Thomas Edison was in that room. Wow. I'm overwhelmed. What's the wow count up to, you reckon? What's it up to?
How many wows you gonna hit them with?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Guys.
It's my natural reaction to cool things.
I'm surprised you're overwhelmed because your head's so big.
Thank you, son. So this is Thomas Edison's building. Look at the electricity coming in on the old pole. They said the first house to have electric lights is here as well. If you don't know, Thomas Edison invented a ton of things, more than most anybody. And the electricity, he was stuck on direct current, and he did not like alternating current. And Nikola Tesla actually was the one that was pushing alternating current. And Edison tried everything he could to make alternating current not be the primary electrical system in America. But it's really hard to move direct current long distances, so alternating current won out.
He strived for a big invention every 6 months and a smaller, minor one every 10 days.
He had a lot of employees. Whoa, look at that. That has a big furnace, huh? To run everything in here. Check that out, that old gauge up top. This building was his machine shop, and it was the very first electrical power station in, I guess, the world or America. So this is back in the 1870s, it said. Dynamometer, look at that. That crazy belt system. Whoa. And they used to use buffalo hides to make belts. That's part of why they killed so many buffalo. Look at all the pulleys and belts in here. So this is his Menlo Park building. Something that makes electricity there. Look at all this. An arbor press, drill presses and mills. Man, there's everything in here, huh? Look at the light bulbs, they're so dim. I just realized the lights are on in here. And you touch those wires, it probably lights your world up. There's so much equipment in here. I wonder how they moved this equipment back in the day. Those belts look too loose to work, don't they?
Yeah.
This is his laboratory where most all of his inventions were done. The telephone room.
Wow.
Hey, he pretty much invented everything. Isn't that like a forge or a furnace? Look at all those. Wow. What are those? So he had the latest and greatest of everything. He always kept all kinds of chemicals. Ralphie likes scientific experiments. What are all those? Is that like batteries? It looks like batteries. Oh, it's a dark room for doing photos. Oh, it's so dim. Look at all the beakers and stuff, Ralphie, and chemicals. It's like that guy you watch on YouTube, huh? Wow. Morning. What a cool room. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So this is Thomas Edison's laboratory.
There's so much stuff in this room. I don't even know what most of this stuff is. And that's the same chair that Edison sat in right there. They nailed it to the floor. They've never moved it. It's incredible. There's so much cool stuff up there. The fact that nobody sat in that chair except for Edison. So cool.
She said the only other person who sat in that chair was Helen Keller.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to get on the train before we leave.
People talk different here.
A little different accent. This was his glass blowing building here. Look at, whoa. How would you make glass like that? These little thin tubes. Look how long and skinny those are. So I guess he made a lot of his glass stuff for his experiments right here. That bike. That's crazy. How do you ride on that?
I wonder what happens if he falls off. He's gonna go forever. It's wild.
This is a Sarah Jordan home, and it was a boarding house for the workers at Menlo Park, and it was one of the first buildings to ever have electric lights in the world. It's cool colors, huh? Wow. Oh yeah, electric lights outside the wall. That's how they did it back in the day. I'm hungry now.
No, what's left? Finish that. So cool. Why'd you get this old?
You see the old glass too? It's like wavy looking.
Floor on the small bedroom that needs scrubbing.
I'm really getting like Anne with Veneer and Green Gables.
Anna Green Gables, yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Same time period, I guess. This house is built funny, isn't it? We're on the other side of the stairs now. Mom's over there somewhere. It's just a bunch of bedrooms. Every room's a bedroom. This is Edison's Fort Myers, Florida laboratory. So it's like his winter laboratory. And it said that Ford also used this laboratory to develop the V8 flathead. Very cool. And he also researched how to make rubber for casings here. There's a huge Ford logo over in the grass across the street. Mom loves covered bridges. Very cool. Built in 1832 in Pennsylvania. And look at the timbers in this thing. Wow. Yeah, we're going over the river here. I wonder how in the world they moved all this stuff back in the day. Everybody says it's time to get on the train, so she's pulling in the station. There's 3 stops. There's one by the entrance where we came in, one here, and one over at like the railroad junction. We're probably gonna go to the railroad junction. Ralphie loves trains.
I do. We need to go here.
Because that's the playground here?
Yeah, and then we're going to take the train. Yeah, and then we're going to go and get off.
Our right-hand side by the covered bridge. We're heading up to the letter A at the top of your
The
page.
people that work
Thank
here
you
are
much.
really nice.
Yes.
Everybody's been super nice.
Now, the small red building is the oldest American
going to
building
the
dating
letter A at
back
the
to
top
the
of the
early
page.
1600s. Mom and Dad Plimpton is.
So that's down short, but it's left upstairs.
That would be the Ferris windmill. An open heart fire because stoves were not even invented yet. At our depot hack, where we get a chance to take a ride on our Model T cab. The White House with the brick back is Webster's home. He wrote the first American dictionary. The Maddox Farm, which was one of the first free African American in one location. Railroad track coming up on the right, Norfolk and Southern.
You like the train?
Yeah.
It's a big place. It's bigger than I thought it was.
Eagle Tavern was a stagecoach stop back in the 1830s. We ask that you please remain music until we come to a full stop. Once the train fully...
That was super fun. Train rides always fun.
I loved it. It was good.
You get the nice breeze and all the cool noises the train makes.
Good scenery.
So we're in the, what is it, Railroad Junction or something now?
Smith Creek.
Train station here. So you see the steeple of the church over there. It said Paul Revere's son made the bell that's in that steeple. Man, this is a cool playground, isn't it?
Oh, you can pump
Yeah, you can pump water and mine for gold or whatever, I guess. Very cool playground. Squeeze is already headed in.
Hey!
Look at that big digger thing there, huh?
Now hold up.
Oh, you can get in the truck?
Carousel
Look.
is singing.
Look at this, you get to get in them. Well, how cool is that? Oh, look at the huge shifter and all thing they put in there.
That's hilarious.
That is neat. You get to get on the truck. That's so cool. I thought it was just a decoration. I hope that thing works.
Let's go back in.
You can ride the carousel here. That's a fast one.
She ain't playing. That's that Ford Power right there.
That's probably Godzilla's slide.
Yeah.
They're already up there on the slide. Hey, that's a metal slide. That's the good old days, Marge. Burn your thighs up slides.
Skin exfoliation.
Yeah.
Oh my law.
You better hold on. While the babies are playing on the playground, me and Wa are going to see what's around here.
Yeah.
Because we're explorers. We're basically Indiana Jones.
At this point, yes.
1886 Edison. So this is the very first power plant in Detroit. And before Henry Ford owned his own car company, he worked for Thomas Edison. And he became his chief engineer before he invented the quadricycle, which was Henry Ford's first car. This is the building he worked in. Wow, look at that. 1882. Wow. Some big stuff. There was 4 of these made. One of them's in the Smithsonian. The other 2 are here, and they don't know where the 4th one is. Crazy. So this is the roundhouse where trains come in and they get turned around different directions. We saw one of these in Fort Worth, Texas. You remember that? When we saw the Longhorns, there was one of these.
There was.
Oh, Jens is in a casing.
Get it, push in, and then get on it. Oh, yeah. Nugget, I'm not even helping.
Is he gonna drive this little thing in? Yeah, he is. Plymouth. Ralphie missed out.
Yeah,
This is like straight up Thomas the Train, his childhood right here. This is their workshop here. These doors are incredible. Hey, look at all the wrenches on the rack, Walk. Huge wrenches. We ain't got nothing like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
There's a big train. Oh, you can go on the train. The grease pit. So before they had lifts, you would drive the car over something like that and work on it from below. Ralphie's gonna have to come over here and check this out. Look at the leaf springs. Woo! Look at that bad boy there. What is that, like a 4-inch wrench? I don't know how you hold it. Look at all the brass. I guess I didn't realize they had like grease pits for trains. I guess you can't really jack it up easily. Oh, look at the one on the end.
Okay,
Wow.
that's crazy.
How big that is. Oh, this is a big lathe here. That's how it works there. All the steam pressure.
Everybody's calling you and Sarah stacked on top of one another. I bet she about 16 now.
16?
We're going into Stand 44. I guess this is a food center here. Don't look too cheap. Hey, at least it's air conditioned, huh? It does feel nice. So the ordering is a little confusing. You gotta order different things at different spots, wait for it to come out, and then you pay over here. So
They have a lot of different types of food, so that's pretty good.
yeah, me and Ralphie got pizza. They don't show it on the menu, but they got PB&Js for $4 and muffins and cookies and stuff. So there are cheaper options. It was $87 to eat here, but we got way too much food because we thought these pizzas were much smaller than they were. So you could probably split a pizza for sure, unless you're a big boy. Oh, well, the food was really good, actually. This is the Liberty Craftworks section. I guess they make things here. I don't know.
Oh, it's hot.
Oh, it is hot.
This is Forged in Fire.
This is literally all he's been watching lately is Forged in Fire and making things that cut. It'd be a rough job, wouldn't it? So they did the glass blowing here.
They made that 20 years ago, that chandelier.
Oh, cool. They made that chandelier. So this is a wool processing mill, apparently. Look at that. Look at the little rollers. Never seen one of those before. It's crazy this has been here so long that the time it opened, to us, that's like antique, you know?
That's like in a Disney.
Like, Mom.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So think about this. The time this opened is farther in the past than how old these buildings were when this opened up. You get what I'm saying? Like, these buildings are from the late 1800s, and that was the 1920s. This place is actually older than these buildings were when this was built. Oh, I guess this is like a print shop. Cool.
I can't believe they don't have sweet tea up here.
That is the saddest thing.
Y'all are really missing out on some good sweet
Is it a
tea.
Model A?
We got Model A today in action over there. We still need to get that map done, the map of where sweet tea is sold and where it isn't. Because that really tells you where you should visit and where you shouldn't.
That is valid.
So here's a printing press. I forgot what they're called, those stamps. Remember we saw one of these in Tombstone last year? They have all the letters and stuff in those drawers over there. This sawmill was built in the 1600s. And they moved it here in the 20s. Oh, it's a pottery mill here.
Hello and welcome. So the important step right now, of course, is getting that stoneware clay centered. And then after that is under control, then our potter can go on forming. Approximately from start to finish, it's about 30 days.
Whoa.
Items from maybe 1800s.
A weaving shop.
What's weaving?
They're making material. That's old timey, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What an incredible machine. The machine's so complicated. Look at all the moving parts. All kinds of pedals, yeah. And this is what it looks like when they're done. Wow. So he said they take the wool from the sheep here.
I would do that.
And it takes 3 days to set the machine up. 3 days.
Each individual string.
Yes.
That's cool.
1 foot an hour is what you can make.
If you're really clocking it, you can get 18 inches.
Wow. So this is an old mill here.
That's cool. What is that? Wood. Did I just slide the wood in there?
I don't know. Maybe. The ceiling is really low in here. So there's your mill. It grinds it up. Flour mills would explode from the powder being in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if it's in the air, it's explosive. It'll light up.
Flour?
Yep.
Just, wow.
This is the Armington and Sims machine shop. Ralphie loves machine shops. This is the first building we've seen where the belts are going. What does those little springs do that are going back and forth? What is that for? Can you imagine all the noises that would have been going on here back in the day when every machine was running? Man, they got some really big machinery here. Look at the drill bit. Whoa.
What do you use that for? Like a drum or something?
I don't know. I think that's the biggest drill bit I've ever seen. I guess a lot of these lathes back in the day were very similar to the way modern ones are. They probably just convert them to electric later on, you know?
Yeah.
Big mill here. Make anything in this building. So this is a farming area over here. I think this is Firestone Farm. We're gonna walk down to the end down here. I spent a little too much time in plowed fields like this as a kid. It's a lot of work, guys. A lot of work on the farm. This is the little details that matter. Look, square-headed nails.
I bet those are screws.
Rough cut lumber like they did it back in the day. No treated lumber. This is a cider mill from the 1800s.
Wow. Look, John Deere.
Those gears, man, that's scary.
Look at that. What is that?
That's the engine. They took the
front of a
engine
tractor.
off of a tractor, and that's what they used to power the whole building. This portion is called Farming with Marge. Marge, what are these?
I believe that is squash or zucchini.
Okay.
And we got some beans right here. Probably cucumbers.
Yeah,
cucumbers.
She paid more attention on the farm than I did.
I did this.
Yeah, I did it. I just didn't pay attention.
When I was in 4th grade, we had 100 tomato plants planted for some unknown reason.
More tomatoes than you could eat, huh?
Yeah, plus everything else. Those are look like tomatoes. And those are running beans. Like the runners, they'll grow up.
And this has been Farming with Marge. Another cool building. So this is Firestone Farm here.
It takes a couple of hours to cool down the coal in the coal burning stove there.
Oh, wow.
We just had our dinner meal. On the farm, there are, in 1885, 3 meals in the day. Breakfast, dinner, and supper. So dinner is going to be at noon. Like what we might consider lunch, this is their dinner meal because more than 80% of Americans at that time were living and working on their own piece of land. And so they had to get up super early and spend many, many hours in the morning in order to, take care of their land. So by noon, they're pretty tired, they're hungry, and
beautiful house.
They want to rest, and they want to rest their animals. So this is where you have your big hot meals. This is horsehair.
Horsehair?
It feels like it. It feels great. Dad, if you had these, Scooter could sit here.
Oh, yes. She said they got an hour for lunch on the farm. I didn't get no hour.
We got no hour. We still got no hour.
We didn't even come back to the house to eat lunch on the farm. We ate it in the field. We're going down the cellar. She said they had running water. You just had to run and get it. It is nice. So they got stuff hanging up to cure in here. Different way of living, wasn't it? Now everything's based off money. Back then, if you grew your own crops and had your own animals, you didn't have to go 8 to 5 and work a job. You just ate what you had on the farm. There wasn't as many things you had to buy back then. Hey, we used to have a bunch of them. They're like silkies, aren't they? Is that what they're called? Look at his hairdo. Man, he puts me to shame with them bangs.
Hey, you mean your backwards mullet?
Oh, that's not nice. Oh, look, she's laying on some eggs. Look at this one. Whoa, Marge would love that.
Ooh.
Oh, this is the mamas here, because the ones we saw earlier, they said they were all boys.
Yeah, look.
Look how wrinkly they are.
I love the little ones.
They're so wrinkly.
I could mess with their flags all day.
We've never had any sheep, have we? Wow. I like they pinstriped it all. I used to love playing in the barn as a kid. A lot of them were old like this. Hey, babies. What are you doing?
It's so soft.
So soft?
Oh my gosh, it's so soft. Give it a pet.
I might have to get one of them.
Oh, we gotta get one. It's so soft.
Oh, that's so funny feeling, isn't it? It's so thick, too. Done by an axe by hand, all these logs. You imagine taking all these from trees to logs like that by hand? Oh, it's so much work. Oh man, that's a serious vise, isn't it? Real serious. You see the wooden pegs that hold everything together? Got their corn out. How it used to be right here. Mark is trying to get across before the train goes. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. So cool.
I felt it like moving around.
We are back to see some glass blowing because they were out at lunch when we came through. It's crazy, isn't it? Poor Tosh is not feeling good. She's sick today. She wasn't feeling good before we left too. That's probably why she's been so sleepy.
This is Tom and Henry.
Nice.
We're gonna do some harrowing out in our fields today.
Henry! Come on, buddy.
Wow. And see, that water wheel is what's running that whole building, guys. That mill. We're actually back around to where we came in at the entrance, but we didn't look at these houses here because we were getting on the Maltese. This is some of Henry Ford's buildings from his childhood here. This house was built in 1860 to 1861. It's like his childhood home. It says for 18 months he sent people around the country looking for the exact stove. Wow. Oh, I guess it's that stove right there probably. So this is his childhood home. That's incredible.
Hello, welcome to Henry Ford's home. This is where he lived. Lived here with his grandma and grandpa and mom and dad. Then the oldest of 6 kids in the house.
Whoa. There's so many stoves in this house, I don't know which one they're talking about. I don't think I've ever seen one like that. There's like a stove in every room. Yeah. It's a pretty big house, isn't it, for the time? Look at this cool porch here. We have found the picture show. I've been looking at it all over for this. This is me and Squeeze's favorite part.
All told, there were over 15 million Model Ts produced.
This is like the workshop he built his quadricycle in. That little car.
Was that steering?
That's how it's steered, yeah. So we hadn't seen some of these buildings in here.
Those hats you can try on, those are hats that Tucker over there.
Oh.
Under the age of
Make hats here.
a little plainer, shorter brim. You would secure this with one of the hat pins that you see over here.
This is the Heinz company, built in the 1850s. So this is a company that makes like ketchup, you know? This is the building they first started in. Taste one of 57 varieties.
Look at that. Pickled onions, chili.
In the umbrella.
And they had a little bit of everything, didn't they? Look at all the tomatoes they were harvesting. Whoa.
Crazy.
Apples. I think we made a good decision riding the Maltese at first because now the line's really long for them. Built in 1931, John Bennett Jewelry Shop. I saw this as we came in on the Maltese. That's so cool in the front. What a pretty building. It's like a general store, candy shop.
Oh, can I get a different like
So the front of this building originally stood in London, England, 1846. And Henry Ford went there and bought the front of the building and brought it back here in 1928. They had to get on the carousel. This is built in 1913. So it's 111 years old. got them beats going, don't they?
Wow.
It's got a pipe organ in there. Me and these two are gonna go down the last street we haven't gone down. We've only got about 30 minutes, so this way and down through there, some of the oldest homes. I'll try to hit them before we gotta leave.
Welcome to the general store. It's nice in here, isn't it?
It's very nice in here, yeah.
Many people have trouble with that door. So
That door's funky.
Cool stuff.
Layers for our artifacts plus 2 presenters. So you step back to 1886.
Wow.
And this particular store houses about 5,500 items from that time period. We have things like boots and shoes. We have buggy whippers, hay forks, buckets, butter
Look at these
churns.
hay forks.
It's like the Walmart of the day.
I always love the general stores. They moved that building here in one piece, they said. Put it up on a trailer and moved it.
That's crazy.
Look, the horses can drink out of here, or you can.
Oh yes. Let me just
Get you a slurp there.
get you a little slurp.
And this is a big building here. Eagle Tavern. They're already closed, but built in 1831 in Michigan. This is the church that Henry Ford built for his mother and mother-in-law. Yeah, he must have really liked his mom and mother-in-law, huh? Man, it's big, isn't it?
It's pretty.
Them old-timey church pews. So you can ride these buses too if you want to. It takes the same route as the Model Ts do. I don't know what these are called. Stilts, I guess. I don't know. They've been wanting to do it all day. You got it, Ralphie. You got it. It's hard to do. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, they got it. Come on.
Man, if you fall, I'm gonna laugh.
It's weird. It's weirder than you think.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks.
Straight on your right.
Oh, backwards. I got it kind of. Oh, you got it now. You got it. I guess they just did that for fun. I guess something to do. We're back around to go inside the actual courthouse that Abraham Lincoln worked in as a traveling lawyer. So before he was president. Hey. In the actual room Abraham Lincoln was in. That's incredible. This is like the farthest point from the entrance where he came in. So here's Noah Webster's home. We saw the back of it. Built in 1823 in Connecticut. The guy who made the Webster's Dictionary.
Wait, how do you know every single word?
I don't know. Google? Let me Google it.
You can't Google that.
What?
This is back in the biz days.
I guess today it's not open. I don't know. Door's locked. That one was built in the 1750s. So this cottage was built in the 1600s in England, and Henry Ford visited there in 1930 and liked it so much that he bought it and had it dismantled and brought here. This is probably the oldest house I've ever seen. It's over 400 years old. I think all the people that lived in it. How would you dismantle this and move it? What's
Yeah, don't break ring.
I guess you'd have to take it apart brick by brick, huh? So I guess money was not a big deal to him. Just whatever it cost, he got it. They just came through saying it's 15 minutes till it closes. So they've got to zip it out of here. He's trying to get him to beat the horn. Squish the horn.
Squish it.
Squish it. Who knew that was the universal symbol for squish the horn?
Squishing, that's how you squish a horn.
So this is the home Thomas Edison grew up in. It was built in 1816. Marge loves the white painted brick like this. She wants to do our house this way. Oh, wow. This old schoolhouse here from the 1800s. Pretty overwhelming how many buildings are here. I really thought we would get through this in like half a day, and we've been here all day. Long. Comfy. Sitting in that chair with no back all day. School, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like they're doing some work here on something. The Jackson house, it says, opening soon. All right, they're running us out of here, guys. We got to go.
You let you have like 5 minutes to the park party.
It's definitely an all-day thing to come here. I didn't really think it would be, but it definitely is. We didn't see probably every single building, but we saw 90% of it, I'd say, today. All right, we're gonna head out of here. I don't know if there's anything we can do over at the other museum, but I know our tickets are only good for 1 day. So even if we could walk around for 2 hours over there, I think that would burn up our tickets, so we may not be able to do it today. I think it's definitely the coolest outdoor museum I've been to ever. It's awesome. But I think we can do the big screen movie. Comes to our pass, so it goes on at 3:30. So if we get up here, we might can see that before we go, and we'll come back and see the museum tomorrow. You like picture shows?
Yeah.
They're good for naps, aren't they?
They are good for naps.
I guess this is part of the museum right here.
This place has surprised me. Like, I thought it was gonna be good, but it's been
Way better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's like the Wright Brothers plane. Whoa. We got our passes. We're going in. We got here just in time. Oh, you got 3D glasses? Cool. This is gonna be neat, Squeeze. Yeah, it's huge, they said. Whoa. Oh, they're going. Look at these juvenile delinquents up here on the back row.
Featherweight energy collectors could beam power almost anywhere. A specialized GPS receiver measures how long the light takes to bounce back.
These are living, breathing structures.
It's pretty cool. Like cities of the future and stuff. I guess we're out of here until tomorrow. We'll come back for the indoor museum part, which is back in there somewhere. Henry Ford for $5. I kind of like the old coin machines, you know, that you crank and squish the one out. I always love those. Even more interesting, a payphone.
50 cents for local calls.
See what it says to you. They weren't 50 cents. They were like a quarter, right? When we were kids. It's beautiful in here. There's Henry himself right there.
What's that mold thing?
1863 to 1947. All right, back to the car, guys. We gotta find our room, and maybe we'll go see the Packard plant or something.
I did.
Marjorie booked it.
In all my wonderfulness.
Give me a 1 to 10 on this today.
10. 9. 9.5. I'll do it a 5.
5. Wow. Ford experimental vehicles. There's no telling what's in that building.
Wow.
But we're just kind of driving around out here. This is right next to like our test track, and all kinds of Ford buildings all through this area. There's no telling what's here. The Edsel Ford Thunderbirds. How cool is that, huh?
Very cool.
Just everything here has his name on it. Look over here. Everything's Ford. They own all these buildings around here. I'm sure there's some super old Ford buildings here that you probably can't go in, but it's really neat to see the manufacturing side of Ford up close. As you know, I'm a big Ford fan. Most of our cars are Ford. Their test track has like a big hill right here you can see. They climb at some point. There's no telling how cool it is on the other side of the wall. I'm sure very few people get to go in there. Alright, back at home, guys. Marge has checked us in. We've made the decision to try to go to the Packard plant. I know they're in the middle of tearing it down. There's no other time I would be able to see it. I don't know how much is left, but at one point it was 40-acre building. It was like the largest manufacturing facility, I think, in the world at one point. But we're gonna swing by. It looks like it's close to the interstate. Hopefully it's not too sketchy. It's a drive-in movie theater.
Wow.
Ford, Wyoming drive-in movie theater. That's so cool. We're in it now, aren't we? Joy?
Yep.
I guess there's like several cities here. It's all like part of the major city of Detroit, but I'm sure it's individual cities. Bridge to Canada. That's how close we are.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Look at that building over there. We're about to get off the exit. That's a water tower on the roof right there. Oh, is that it right there? Think they're tearing down? Whoa. Look at that. They're working right now. Should be just over here. Look at the houses. How many houses are abandoned here?
Wow. Oh, that's the cathedral right there.
It looks like I thought it would over here.
Holy Ghost. Crazy.
Whoa. That's it, guys. That's the old Packard plant. Now, I think it used to have like a cross thing that went across the road here, but it must have already torn it down. That's what's left of it to our left, right there. And to your right, it's huge. Wow. Look at the deer. Look at that. So they tore it all down right here.
Like the inside out of it.
Look, you can see how big it was inside there.
Yeah.
Look over here too. That is crazy. The Packard motels right here. Huh. Just imagine what this looked like 100 years ago. I think this was built about 100 years ago. And this was probably a really nice neighborhood back then.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like all abandoned. Well, there it is, guys. There's the Packard.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Wow. So they're tearing it down, and I guess they're going to build something new here. I had to hop out and get a picture real quick that we were here, but well, I would love to have seen it in all its glory. It's still pretty cool to see it. A 40-acre building at one point. And like, this looks like some sort of office building that was connected to it here, probably.
It's a cool little walkway thing over the train.
Very cool. All right, well, we've seen it.
All right, awesome.
Let's get out of here. I'm a little nervous, just being honest.
He's nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof.
Yeah. They closed that place down in the 50s. That's how long it's been sitting there. It's been sitting there for 70 years empty.
That's crazy.
And it's not going to be any more very soon.
Oh man, they need to turn the air on, don't they? Hear them pops? Something's going on out there. We will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll go to the Henry Ford Museum.
Shoo.
How'd you sleep on the floor, Ralphie?
Good.
This is Ralphie's normal sleeping spot out there. So we don't have to get out quite as early this morning. The place isn't open until 9:30, so as long as we get out here by like 9, we'll be all right. You need to invent like a redneck version of this for the house. I think this place has the record for the smallest cups for breakfast on June.
Keeping your bathroom cups for like
Mouthwash
or something.
At least I'm well dressed today.
Ralphie got the last pancake. The machine's broke now.
Oh, bozo.
No pancake for me, I guess. Checking out of this home, on to another one. I'm super excited about today. It opens in about 15 minutes, but we're only like 5 minutes from there, so.
We'll be early.
So this is just right out in front of the Greenfield Village over there. It's a little confusing if you've never been here. What's that, Automotive Hall of Fame?
I've seen it too.
So this is some big new, what looks like a big corporate building they're building across the street. All right, it opens in like 5 minutes. And now it's time for horticulture with Marge. What do we got here, Marge?
These are elephant ears. Would you stop? These are impatiens. These are snapdragons. Canna lilies, cannas. It's all common in Tennessee. I'm not sure. And then there's some elephant ears.
Okay. And this has been a special presentation of horticulture with Marge. We are in. This is huge, isn't it?
That took us all day.
Good old farm equipment. Oh, you can do like rubbing. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that at a museum.
Oh, wow.
Is it a plow? Oh, she's gonna love that. It's not buttons, but pretty good. 1926 Fordson tractor cutaway. I would guess that this cutaway was probably made back in the day as like an advertising thing. Look at their transmission and stuff. What does that one say? I can't.
It has those coils.
Oh yeah, it does have the coils like the Model T, yeah. Man, that must have been a lot of work to make a cutaway like that. We must have came into the farming section, huh?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've rode a tobacco setter. Oh wow, it's a big steam one. Now that's what inspired him to build his first automobile.
Yeah, he saw one driving.
Yep, was a steam-powered tractor from back in the 1800s. How do they get this in here even? Oh, look what's at the very end, guys.
Whoa. That's a Wiener.
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Look how big that is.
Like a train.
It is. It's like a train, basically. Yeah. Whoa. You gotta have your picture taken with this. Look, it's got old Boss Plies on it, and are those Ford hubcaps? Whoa. Look at the front end on it. 1952 Wienermobile.
That's incredible.
It's built on a Dodge chassis, apparently. That thing is so cool. This is farm equipment I'm not familiar with, some of this stuff. Apparently that's a fanning mill, whatever that is. Look at all the paint work, man. They put so much work into stuff back in the days.
I was telling him yesterday about how hit and miss engines work. They just hit every so many revolutions.
It's a small engine that can do a lot of things.
Yeah. Look at that. Man. So you couldn't get that out on the road at all, but I guess there probably wasn't many paved roads at the time.
Dirt roads and stuff.
Yeah. Getting up into the big new hall. I guess it's a combine, huh? Looks good, Ralph. 1886 steam tractor. So this is when the West was still wild. Is that wooden spokes, it looks like? I guess you would stand up on it. I hadn't really noticed that. 1924. Look at this. Look at the front hoops on this thing. Big box is a steam engine. Once again, like cast iron radiator. Is it an 8-in, I guess? Marge's is a 2-in. We got to paint hers at some point. Hers has that roof. I wonder if there's one here with that roof like yours. Squeeze, did you see what's behind you?
The dollhouses?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to go look at them.
Yeah, let's go see them. 1913 dollhouse. 1870. I'm sorry, I have not been a good father. Wow. I think that's the most elaborate dollhouse I've ever seen. 1936. That is incredible. That's like a house. That's crazy big. I've never seen dollhouses this big. Look over here, Squeeze. Look, you can see inside it over here. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
This one right here is from 1767. So this is older than America. That's the oldest one in the group. Look at these stoves. I did not realize they made stoves that elaborate. These are from the 1840s up here. I couldn't imagine how much time it took to make one of those. So this is a 9-in. So this is the color Mom's would have been from the factory. That's a prototype one there. Look at the crazy looking hoops on the back.
Look about the tread on that one.
Yeah. Ferguson Brown, 1938. 1912 International Harvester. You see how it says Caterpillar?
Yeah.
I think Caterpillar invented the track system. Before tanks had them, Caterpillars had them.
I bet had one unstoppable.
1929. So this is an experimental lightweight tractor from 1907.
What was it started?
I don't know. I've never seen one. Look how short it is.
It's a lightweight.
Wooden hoops on the front. We got a dinosaur up here. No, that's made out of metal. Man, this is crazy. Hey, metal artwork, Ralph.
Look at that. What's that?
It's a house. Look at that. Dymaxion house. Oh, you want to go in there? Oh, cool.
This guy, he made like an L kind of mouth, and that was cool.
Does that open its mouth? That opens its mouth, Squeeze. Whoa. Now that's pretty cool that you can operate it. How cool is that? Now I've never seen anything you can like interact with like that. You push the buttons and it changes what it does. That's a little creepy. Oh, this is all you right here. It's crazy. It has like this system of cables, and then it's got electric motors down there that look like window motors off cars. We didn't know this was here. Oh, it's showing you every time you go through another turnbuckle, it makes it easier to pick up. It's the same weight every time. Yeah, so say it's going through multiple ones. I think this has already turned out way better than Squeeze thought it would be.
Ready? Black.
Yeah, I saw Jurassic Park. I know what they can do. Yeah, there's all kinds of these in here you can mess with. So this is the Dymaxion house. We're about to see what that is. I'm sure it's a house of the future they made back in the day. Yeah, that's what I figured. The house of the future. So I guess you could buy these from an aircraft company and they would ship them to you or something. Never seen one before.
These buildings are helping build
a picture show. 1,000 square feet of living space. So apparently you could buy this for $6,500 back in the day, which was the price of a Cadillac, they said. So it's suspended from a pole in the middle. He only made 2 prototypes, and because of like the lack of privacy and the styling, I guess they never caught on. So she said this is a combination of the 2 that were left in the warehouse. So it's the only one in existence now. Oh, look at that spinning closet. Look, you have places to put stuff.
You have your bed, bedside table, the bathroom is very small.
It's like an RV bathroom.
That's a cool bathroom. I have that bathroom.
That's so cool. The ceiling's crazy.
Called evolving shelves, which is basically your dresser, but off the floor and in the wall here. So you press the screen button, and on a conveyor belt, your shelves will come down.
Wow.
Very cool. This is the second bedroom of the house here.
That's how it's mounted.
This room is taken apart just so you can kind of see how it's all held together.
So this is like your gutters, these tubes. It goes into these, and you use it in the house for water. I can't believe they never sold any of them.
Room slash kitchen area. And then all of your kitchen needs over here.
This is so neat. Look at that.
Top cabinets from refrigerators.
It reminds me of like something that you would see at Disney, or like the Tucker car brand, you know, like from the future, you know, back in the day. You know, everything back then was about space and rockets. It's really cool. Oh, you're getting to make the house now? That is so cool that they do that. We know what some of this is, don't we?
Yeah.
I had one. What, Furby?
Oh, I wasn't allowed to have Furby, but I had the Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I remember those.
And the Gigapet.
I had one of those too. These disposable cameras, man, everybody used them back then. Remember Y2K, Marge?
Oh, Lord. We had our water.
You had the water?
Coke bottle.
I don't remember us doing anything for it. Hey, this is your area right here. Look, you can draw in here, guys. We got all kinds of stuff for kids here. Look at all the old comic books. Wow, look at those. I don't think that's a thing anymore. Like back in the day, everybody had like a cool lunchbox. I remember when those came out, but we never had one. Now, I had rollerblades. I never had a PlayStation, but my friends did. I definitely remember Shania Twain. I remember playing that as a kid.
I played one of those.
Yes, we're this old. Yes, we played with those as a kid. Just a Bill on Capitol Hill. Remember that?
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Yeah. Cookie Monster.
I watched him.
Television. The screen's like so tiny.
I would watch it.
1948 television. No joke. Me and Marge had a TV like that. A cabinet TV.
Forever.
We may have only had a flat screen TV for like maybe the last 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
We literally had a cabinet TV when we got married.
We screamed and saved everything.
Everything. Always. School's in session.
Duck and cover.
Duck and cover. Cold War era school here. 1938, the War of the Worlds radio broadcast. I've made the kids listen to all this before.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the terrifying thing I've ever witnessed. Someone calling someone.
If you've never listened to the original War of the Worlds broadcast by Orson Welles, you should listen to it. I remember watching a documentary about it, and it said that he was driving through Times Square right after it aired in 1938, and they were broadcasting about it, talking about how people were panicking, thinking it was real. Is that Shirley?
Hey, Shirley, right there.
Shirley.
Silky nylon stockings, gunpowder bags.
Yeah, war drives,
leave
trying to get
longer
stuff.
and leave here.
What about the casings? They need them too, huh? Those like the ones we just dismounted off that Model T. I love the old stamp steel toys. Oh, they get to sit in the car. Never heard of an Overland. You could buy a 4-cylinder one for $850. That's so cool. This is a picture show, 1907. Those old silent films like that. I've never talked about it on the channel, but I feel like what we do for a living is very similar to what they did back then, because before movies were owned by these huge corporate places and they spent millions and millions of dollars to make them, they used to make those silent films over the course of just a couple days, and they might put out a movie every month. Eventually, all those small ones, you know, got taken over by the big corporations, and I feel like what we do is that way. We're not run by a corporate entity or anything. We're just making these things every few days and putting them out, and I don't know if that's going to exist one day, you know. Hopefully it will. What, it matches your shape to an old person's photo? Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's pretty cool. Steam power. I think Jay Leno has one of these in his garage. So this would power like the whole building or a whole factory. Yeah, like it's a steam engine. You know, like the belts we saw yesterday? This is what would run them, is something like this. It'd run the whole building. Before everybody had electrical power coming in, this is what they ran them off of. I've never seen one like this in person. That is incredibly big. And just think how much inertia that has. When it's going all that weight spin, it's not gonna stop forever. Look, that has stairs going up to the top.
Look at these little tiny machinery here.
It's showing how it all works.
That's so cool. I don't understand how they move these things in here. Talk about some industrial accidents. Could you imagine if you fell into that thing? Can you identify one for me? Is that Schofield?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Look at the little tiny ones. Look at that one, 1850. I want to buy a Schofield. The way they're shaped, it seems so awkward to shoulder it, you'd think. That's a cool pump there. Look at the size of this stuff. Oh my God. Oh wow, look at the barrel on that one. That's for ducks. 15/16 bore, right? Almost 1 inch. Is that pepper box? Is that what they're called?
It's weird. Well, that's weird.
I love stuff like this. That's old Remington there, 1875. I've got one like that. That's a conversion Remington. Colt Walker. That was one of the really early ones. Look how chunky that thing is. Just throw it at them. Whoa. Where's that go to? I guess this is an old oil pump. What do they call them? A pump jack? Is that what they call them? That's what it looks like. It looks like those ones we saw out in Texas. Man, look at those gears. I don't even understand how they manufactured gears like that back in the day. Whoa, you can walk up on that. It's a Newcomen engine from 1760. Oldest surviving steam engine in the world. I wasn't far off because it was used to pump water out of a well, so I thought it was pumping oil. This beast right here made 20 horsepower. 20.
Wow.
I mean, the Falcon engine we pulled out made double that. Whoa, look at Edison General Electric dynamo. No, don't touch the buttons. Those are buttons you're not supposed to touch. Thomas Edison's last breath in a tube? We have a competition about to go right here. Who can crank the most light bulbs up? See how many watts you can make? Oh, you got to 5. 6. Oh, 7, 8. About 8.
What? Here, it was 1, 2, 3, 13, 14.
14.
14, okay. Good job.
It's kind of hard to turn it fast. It doesn't want to go fast. Oh, 8 or 9. It is hard to do. So this is a water turbine electric generator from the early 1900s. Oh, that's a big main cap, isn't it? Here's the Highland Park engine generator. So this is his first big factory he had. And I actually looked it up. Like, part of that building's still around, but they use it for other things now. It doesn't have the big Ford towers out of the top anymore. They moved that thing all the way here. How do you move that?
I don't know.
If somebody gave me this for free, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. Look how big this thing is. It's massive. Oh, Wall's on the lookout. You know what this reminds me of? The Titanic.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Like the big engine in the Titanic, and they're all shoveling coal. Man, I guess that's what spun right there. Yeah, back then I guess you had to make your own power company at your building. It had 2,750 horsepower internal combustion engine on that side, and a 2,750 horsepower steam engine on this side. It says by 1919 they had 9 of these running to generate enough power. 9 of them.
That's crazy.
I didn't know how you fit 9 of them in a building. Oh, wow. Ford sold airplanes. Ford sold tractors. A little bit of everything. That is an old one there. It's so big, too. Miniatures. Oh. You love miniatures. Overload right now.
There's a mini C4.
Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, squeeze. This is all you.
Tinkerbell and Brew.
Look at all the miniatures. I don't even understand how this works because you got exposed rocker arms and push rods. All right, how did those get lubricated? Had 3 9-cylinder 200 horse engines. So this was a plane built for speed, and it was the first plane to have retractable hoops so that it would be faster in the air. The Spirit of St. Louis, Charles Lindbergh's plane. I'm just walking along and realize I'm underneath a darn Douglas DC-3 here. You gotta look everywhere around here. Look at this Model T all taken apart over here. Wow. That's a cool way to display it, huh? A 1923. That's like we rode in yesterday. You see what that is? That's how the assembly line worked. There's fenders going above us on the assembly line. See, the early bodies were made on a wood frame, like my first Model T I had. Everything was wood frame, and they nailed the sheet metal to it.
But like the one I have now is like an all steel body. But the early ones like this were wood. I get nervous around conveyor belts anymore. I almost lost my right arm to one as a kid. This is a power loom from 1900. So what we saw yesterday, them run that loom slowly, you know, by hand, this would do it mechanically.
Oh,
even more complicated.
Probably.
This is a shoe shop from the 1800s. A cobbler, right? Know what they're called? Cobblers?
I don't know. I like
See?
cobblers. No, fuck. Wait.
There's stuff moving all over the place in here. Oh, it's showing you if they're dropped from the center, probability is they're gonna land here. Wow, it makes all kinds of shapes. So it's like lights and strings, I guess. We're headed over to the car section. Tons of cars here. Ralphie's looking for Fairmonts. And look, it's not just Fords, guys. A little bit of everything. As far as a big cruiser car, it's hard to beat a 59 Cadillac. Those huge fins in the back. Oh, Ronald Reagan's president car.
Look.
You know which car that is? That's the one JFK was in.
I was about to say that.
You can create your own car. Very cool. Look at that. You get to pick your engine and everything.
I'm gonna do.
Of course you're getting it all. This one was used by Nixon and Reagan, and this is the car that Reagan jumped into after John Hinckley took a shot at him. They always armor these things up. They're not just a normal car. You got a 460 in it, of course. 13,000 pounds, cost $500,000. Yeah, that's the actual car it was in. Wow. Sad. So it was used from 1961 to 1977. I can't believe they used this car after the JFK deal. JFK, Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, and Jimmy Carter all used this car. You'd think they got a different car, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not a super expert on these, but I think they changed the front sheet metal even to make it look like a newer model than what it was. Because at the time when JFK had it, it was, you know, they first come out with this body style.
These cars look so good.
They are cool. From carriages to cars, so the first ones basically look like a horse-drawn carriage. This is the oldest surviving American automobile, 1865 Roper steam carriage. And that's Henry's first car, the quadricycle, in 1896. I love the old McDonald's sign. That's so cool. 56 Chevy here. So that's a 1960 McDonald's sign. Yes, we had a Studebaker like that, didn't we? I can't remember the exact year of ours. I have to go back and look. Ours was a Studebaker Land Cruiser. It was like the top of the line.
We've had too many. We've had
too many to keep up with all of them.
V8 with overdrive?
Yeah, it was a V8 with overdrive. It was top of the line car for its time, yeah. Wasn't the one we had blue too?
Yeah, it was blue.
Yeah, maybe that's our car. They might have bought our car from us. The guy that bought that car from us drove it home. One thing I've noticed that's happened in the last few years, and it's something new, really, because of when cars were invented, but guys that have an appreciation for cars like this are dying off. And if you notice, like, the price of a lot of cars from like the 20s and 30s have went down instead of up because those guys are aging out.
I like it.
I do too, but there's not as many people interested in cars like this as there used to be because the people that grew up around these cars are passing away. So cars weren't around until, you know, the early 1900s. So as people age out, the next generation likes the cars they grew up with, and you know, it's funny how that happens. There used to be hundreds of American automobile manufacturers back in like the 20s and teens, and now there's like 3. I always wanted one of these. They're so cool. Yeah, you basically did have one, didn't you?
Like unstoppable.
VW Beetle up top, a split window. I love the old split windows. That's a cool one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cool.
I recognize this car. What is this? If my memory serves me correctly, I think this was a Mustang prototype. Yep, 62 Mustang 1 Roadster. And it's kind of like how they built the Ford GT later. It's cool that some of these still exist, you know. Sometimes they destroy the prototypes.
Did they ever make one that looked like that?
No, they didn't make one that
I
looked
wish
like
they
that.
did. I like it.
55 Chevy, Corvair. Man, the Cougar, I love the Cougars. What about this Chrysler Newport here, huh? She's a lady.
I'll start this again.
Turbo?
Yeah, they made Omni GLHs. Shelby did. That was my sister's first car, was a Dodge Omni. Yeah, a white one. No, they're front wheel drive. The Ford Explorer, do you remember the big scandal with all that?
No, I don't remember no scandal.
Firestone casings blowing out, going down the road, remember that?
I do remember that.
when these things came out, there was like this big thing where all of them was popping the casing going down the road. And they had crashes and stuff. So for a while, it was like Firestone was like a bad name, you know, for a little while there. I remember those cars being on the road like crazy. Oh, cool. Look at the drag racing here. Check out this Willis.
I love that color. Oh, I love that color.
It's beautiful. Ohio George, 1933 Willis.
That is my color right there, guys.
1,200 horsepower, 160 miles an hour. It was the class champion 59, 60, 61, 63, 64, and 66. Wow. Oh, is it reaction time? Oh, who's going to win? Oh, Ralphie got that one. Ralphie got it again. Oh, Ralphie won again. Man, Ralphie's on it. Nobody can beat Ralphie.
Future drag racer.
0.046.
Okay, let me try this again.
What happened? You read that. You were too soon. Read that again. You're trying to beat me. Marge versus Wall. Oh, Marge got her. 0.1. You did it right before the green. Oh, Squeeze got her. 0.047. Good job.
I have 0.0.
2011 Daytona 500 winning car right here. Still got the confetti stuck to it from 2011. I guess you can change the casings here too. I don't see anybody here to do it. Look at that vet, Ralph. C5R. I love the old NASCAR cars. 2016 Ford GT.
I didn't even know it made me.
These are V6 twin turbo. Look, that's the clay model. I really like that. Look, see they put the wider hoops on it. It looks like a factory one, but it's actually wider. 355 horsepower. Squeeze tell me there's a seat right here that Mom needs. Look, pink Dollar General racing seat. Oh, we need to get your picture by that, Marge. That is all you right there. I don't know why you're not sponsored already, you know? 1965 Lotus Ford. 1935 Miller Ford. Ford, that's how he first got his start, was in racing. AJ Foyt, 1960. Well, it's got mud dogs on it, don't it? That's Pikes Peak, I think. Maybe.
Lord.
This is the GT40 that won at Le Mans with Dan Gurney driving. Now that's a real historic car right there. The knockoff hoops, probably magnesium. Do you know what this car is made out of? What that originally was before it was a car? Any guesses?
No.
That is a belly tank off a P-38 fighter plane.
Oh, wow.
So it's a fuel tank.
Hey, look. That's great.
Guys after World War II would take these because they could probably buy them really cheap. Yeah. They were aerodynamic and they would make cars out of them. So they're sitting in a gas tank. It had an Oldsmobile V8 260 with a supercharger, 400 horsepower, 243 miles per hour. I bet that was a fun ride. The 1965 Goldenrod, 409 miles per hour. 1906 race car here. How many miles an hour?
64.
64 miles an hour. Man, look, chain driven. It's like a go-kart. You see the pump? You had to pump the fuel pressure into it to keep it running, so the passenger would have to pump that. Here's Henry Ford's racing right here. See, he thought if he could make a big name in racing, he could sell cars. I love this era of NASCAR. I really want to make a NASCAR clone car. I know we did a little bit with our 64 Galaxy, but I'd love to make a NASCAR clone. So this is a 66 Galaxy here. It's a beautiful car. Look at that radiator, 1902 Ford 999, 80 horsepower, 54 miles per hour. The engine's like some plates of cast iron bolted together. This is the car I talked about in our Model T video. This is the car I had. And these are built on a wood frame, nailed together. And when I got it, it was all these individual pieces and I put it all together. That's the car I had. So that's a center door sedan, which looks like a stagecoach basically.
I like this car.
And mine was a 1919 like that. So that's the car I had. I chopped the top 9 inches, raked it in the front. Yeah, I had this exact car at one point. That's the car from American Graffiti that Suzanne Summers was driving. The porthole window, early Thunderbird. About time to eat, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat.
It's lunchtime. We've been walking around so long. Oh, that's you, Wall. Look, you wouldn't need a house. You could just live in that.
I would.
Squeeze definitely would.
Oh, yeah.
1980 commuter car, electric runabout. Cybertruck version 1.0, right? It looks like a Cybertruck in the front end. Oh, these are cool right here. Turbine jet engine cars. So Chrysler lent these out to 50 people, and basically because they're sluggish off the start and they use a lot of fuel, it just didn't work out. Been cool to be the test runners, huh? Whoa, look at this old gas truck. That thing's super cool, isn't it? 1957 Cornell Liberty safety car. So it had all kinds of safety features in it. It's time to eat. We're gonna see if we can eat in the diner. So there's a bigger thing over here you can eat in, but I thought if we could get in the diner, we'd try that. Check out the old menus, huh?
Okay, thank you.
Marge asked about Diet Coke, and they're like, no, I'm sorry, it's 1946. That hasn't been invented yet. Isn't that funny? They don't sell that. So the diner part is absolutely full, so we had to eat out here, but we'll walk through it here in a second and show you guys. Everything's glass bottle. You got a root beer float? Man, you did not get approval before that. Look at that old straw. It's cool. We're not suck it down. There ain't no refills on that.
Are you sure?
For sure. Hit the spot.
Lord, yes.
Look at this sloppy Joe. Lordy. That's real deal, isn't it? Yeah, it looks good. And it's really not that high priced here, is it, compared to what it was yesterday? We got to at least walk to the diner here. So cool. Pies.
1946 around here.
Wow. Very cool. Quite a bit cheaper than eating yesterday.
Cheaper than Taco Bell.
Yeah. So this diner, this is its original site, 1946. It was moved to Hudson, Massachusetts, 1949. And this is them preparing it to be moved here in 1984. So it's an original diner. That's so cool. This is Dwight Eisenhower's 1950 Lincoln presidential car. Apparently they bought 10 of them at $500,000. It's got a cool roof, that's for sure. Franklin Delano Roosevelt 1939 Lincoln presidential car. So my grandpa is named after him.
A V12? That's probably why the front end's...
Yeah, Lincolns had V12s back in the day. They would have been a flathead. 150 horsepower out of a V12.
I mean, that's probably better than 20.
Yeah, 414 cubic inches, 9,000 pounds, $8,000. Hey, look at this Broham right here. Teddy Roosevelt.
Broham edition?
Probably made in England, it says. So, my great-grandpa was named after him. How did they get some of this stuff, you know? How did they get some of this? It's crazy. Oh, look at this thing. Here's Ralphie's section. Look, they got train tracks on the floor here. Whoa, that's a monster. Is that the biggest one we've ever seen? I think that's the biggest one we've ever seen. 1941. 603 tons. What did they have to do to the floor to support this? 603 tons. That's definitely the biggest one we've ever seen. There it is. Look, it's just like pipes and bolts. He's in overload right now. If we had that in our house, golly, we'd go crazy. Look how mechanical it even looks from the outside. It's just pipes and plumbing, and I love the shape of those. Isn't that neat?
It's beautiful.
This was the third train ever built in America, 1831. That's why it looks so old. 50 years before the Wild West. You can actually get in this train. Ralphie's already driving it here.
Look.
This thing takes off, I'm jumping. Oh no, buttons and knobs and turning things. How do you memorize all those handles? So complicated. Looks like a German submarine or something. Look how many valves it has. This train in 1929 brought Herbert Hoover here. That's the last time it was used. So the President of the United States came here for the opening of this.
Very cool.
And that's the last time it was used. Wow. It was a big deal when this opened up. It was on the 50th anniversary of Edison's light bulb.
Who was here.
Yeah. The way that they pinstriped and painted everything is just incredible.
A lot of detail.
I guess this is the car that Herbert Hoover rode in on the way here. Whoa. Was that used like in Alaska or something? Canadian? I was going to say it had to be somewhere with a lot of snow. 1923. That's the biggest snow plow I've ever seen. Look at that thing. We had that exact truck on the farm, but it had a a flatbed. We hauled cattle on it and logs. America's oldest surviving school bus. That's a school bus. It looks like it would haul something other than kids. That is the most square cab I've ever seen. 1906 Rapid bus, chain driven. That's all you, isn't it? The red, white, and blue Ford truck. She loves this body style Ford trucks or Chevy trucks. Jerry Unser Motor Company, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's a good looking paint scheme. Man, this is a big motorhome for the 1970s, I would think. 1975 FMC motorhome. 1974 Warrior concept car.
Look, you sit in the back.
Oh, you sit way back there. 1913 Scripps Booth Rocket. Here's a 110-year-old electric car, just in case you thought electric cars was a new thing. This was Clara Ford's personal car, so it's funny, she didn't even drive a Ford. She drove an electric car. Is that Cruella de Vil's car there?
It's like 30s.
It's huge. That's a huge car.
Inline 8 overhead cam.
Overhead cam in 1931, Bugatti Type 41. Is that a Tucker over there? Oh man, I love the movie Tucker, A Man in His Dream. Look at the camber on the front. 1948 Tucker. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen one in person.
Oh,
from the movie, remember?
Is that the one with the really safe car?
Yes, that's him.
Look,
Preston Tucker.
The windshield flies out.
So they only made like 50 of these. Look, 6 exhaust pipes. I think they had like a helicopter engine in the back, and they still got shut down by the big 3. Look at the shifter. Look at the crazy shift lever and stuff in there.
Oh, wow.
I watched a video of a guy who reproduced one, handmade one, because you can't get them, you know. Man, a real Tucker. You can tell this place was built in the 1920s. Look at the heaters in the walls and the old benches. Ralphie's been dying to see the little train ever since he spotted it. Thomas, oh yeah, it's Thomas, isn't it? Oh, the Slinky Dog, yeah. It's pretty cool. Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck going by. These are really cool. I had a toy train as a kid, but nothing like this. I used to think they were so cool, the ones that made smoke. Remember you put the liquid in there and they make smoke? It says the Model T of the Sky, 1926 Ford. What is that, Flivver? 35 horsepower, 350 pounds, and they only made 3, maybe 4 of them. I guess he was trying to make a cheap plane for the masses. Hey, y'all have now rode in a plane. You're welcome.
Is this actually how it is?
Yeah, this is how it is in a plane, yes. It's super tight like this.
Is it like this too?
Yeah, it's low ceilings.
You can like turn on some air.
Oh wow, you can see out the windows you're taking off, yeah. It vibrates like that, it's noisy.
What is this?
This is even smaller. I never rode in one like that. Douglas DC-3, I guess. Propeller?
Oh look, that's the size of it.
A 1928 Ford Tri-Motor, which is one of the very early passenger planes.
Oh, that's what it is, man.
You're in wicker seats? Back then, flight was way more bumpy. Because see, now they go above the turbulence. Back then, they flew right through the middle of it. Yeah. Check out this enormous Ford Tri-Motor here. That reminds me of like John Dillinger. There's a scene in a movie where he gets delivered to the prison in one of these planes. That's a neat plane right there. Here's the Wright Brothers plane again. 1903. Longest flight was 852 feet at 9 miles an hour. So you could run.
I was gonna say, you can probably run faster than that.
Yeah. 12 horsepower. This is a 1939 helicopter. And supposedly it's the first helicopter that worked. That's just belt driven there. Coming off a drive shaft. More belts in the middle. They're dying to try the NASCAR thing over here. Oh, here we go. Today's record, okay. You got a record, good deal. Just breaking records everywhere we go right there.
Go off. Go, Ralphie, go, go, go.
13-0.
Oh, that
great. That was a lot better.
That was good. Thank you. You can also see all the airplanes from up top. You can walk around up here, so it's really neat. I think we've seen it all, Ralph.
Yeah.
Squeeze, what did you think about this one?
It has air conditioning, and that's lots of fun things. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I'll give it a 10.
They had a lot more stuff for you guys that I thought.
We can actually do stuff.
Like interactive
and with the
things.
air conditioning,
Yeah.
I loved it. It was a 10.
10 out of 10. We are back to where we started from, so we're going to head out of here. We may do the bus tour over to the plant. I'm not sure. We'll see about it. Here's your bus ticket. We're getting on the bus to the factory tour. It leaves in like 10 minutes. We got to go. This is going to the Rouge plant. They assemble, I guess, Ford trucks and stuff now. I'm not sure what vehicles it is, but we'll find out. Your bus is here. Squeeze loves bus rides. As you can tell, she's in the front of the line. She's waving. Oh, air conditioning. Nice. We're out of here. Squeeze, give them the wave.
Wave back. I can see you.
Why do you like bus rides so much?
Because I have air conditioning. Yay.
Here's the Roush trailer. There's no telling what's in some of these buildings right here. Look, this is the River Rouge right here. Look at the brand new trucks getting shipped out right there. This is where they go out on trains right here. We're going behind the scenes now. This is huge, isn't it? Look how big this place is. Look at all the trucks. Those are brand new trucks over there behind those. All brand new. Somebody's waiting on that truck. Are those the Rangers, Ralphie? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Rangers have got big, haven't they?
Yeah, that ain't no Ranger.
Isn't that frames coming in on a railroad car? Oh, all that's frames back there. All those are frames. You need that, Squeeze. The little yellow thing?
Yeah.
Bunch of frames again right there. That's like the big truck frames.
Yeah, that's long.
They got geese all through here. I think they've used this plant for a long time. I think he built the River Rouge plant like maybe 100 years ago even. Oh, look at that. The train goes in there. That building looks really old there. Look at the cabs. Brand new truck cabs sitting there that are messed up. You see that hood's wadded up? They must have got dropped off the assembly line or something. I can't believe how far in you were going. Look at all the stacks coming out of the top of the building.
That's cool.
Whoa. This is like an old building that they're tearing down over here. Oh, there's no road ahead. This guy is hot on the brakes, guys. I mean, I thought Marge was bad on the brakes. This guy's got Marge beat. This looks kind of old here, doesn't it? Here we are, I guess. Oh, wow. There's Henry. Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for coming to see us.
Looks like an EcoBoost truck frame.
I need one.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Picture show time.
Those lucky enough to get a job at Ford could, for the first time, afford to buy the very cars they made. An industrial marvel, the likes of which the world had never seen.
That's pretty cool. Me and you had watched some of that video on YouTube before where it showed the tour of the Rouge plant, so it's been here like over 100 years. That was super neat. Those robots like build the truck in front of you and it blows cold air and hot air on you. Super cool. It's incredible to me this is the same place that they built Model A's. They're still using it. Can you believe they built Model A's here? My grandpa's car was built here. You can see that the older part of the factory is over there where we drove by on the bus. You see they have plants on top of the roof here. That's kind of like that Future Cities thing we saw yesterday, remember? They had plants on the buildings. 2,000 acres.
That's what the roof is made out of, all that.
We're headed towards the factory now.
This is the biggest elevator I've ever been in.
It's big, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went to training with iCar to work on these trucks when they came out, so I'm pretty familiar with them. I've put bedsides on them and door skins and everything. They're all aluminum. It's all glued and riveted together. There's the glass roofs. That's the sunroofs right there. Truck bed. Those are aluminum, you know. That was pretty cool. I don't think I've ever went in one like that. that was operational. I did do the body work on a prototype car at VW, but the plant wasn't running, so really neat.
Very cool.
It's funny to see like 1,000 doors, and some of them are blue, some of them are red, some of them are gray. And I noticed they have bins full of stuff that's like all different colors of trim. And there's a pretty Thunderbird down there. So this only takes about maybe an hour to do. It doesn't take that long over here. It's about a 10-minute bus ride here and back. 2 picture shows, the plant tour, and then this little area here. This is when they first came out with the V8, which was like a big deal at the time.
30s, yeah.
32, yeah. That's what Bonnie and Clyde drove, outrunning the police. Yeah, I love these early T-Birds. They're so pretty. You don't see them much at all. Love the hood scoop and everything. That's the electric motor. So that's the lightning pickup. This is the battery here. Another electric motor. I haven't heard the best info on these things as far as range and like actually use them as a truck from what I've heard. Huge engine bay, it just has that. Look at that little battery. 380 cold cranking amps, so that doesn't run anything except for the 12-volt accessories on board. I don't think I want to work on that. Ralphie's picking out his perfect truck here. Oh look, it changes the truck.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Godzilla.
Godzilla, right?
Come on. Regular cab, 4-wheel drive, Godzilla, gotcha. Alright, we're out of here. It's like 10 times cooler to me that they made Model A's here. That's so cool. So this was the largest factory in the world when it was built in 1928. Apparently right when they switched from the Model T to the Model A, they started building them here. Apparently a lot of people don't come over here because, I mean, you can see the bus is pretty empty. Normally you can actually see the production going on, but they're closed down right now for maintenance or whatever. I wonder if they ship these trucks out the same day they're built or if they hang out here, because it seems like there's a few trucks here. I don't know what used to be here they're tearing down, but you got a mess there. So they would take raw materials and make their own engine blocks and everything here. Henry didn't want to have to get anything from anybody else. Oh, there is my Mustang. Look at that blue. Oh man, it's beautiful. That's where they make the engines right here. The hot strip mill. I wonder what they do over there. These are huge buildings. That'd be a nice shop, huh? Yeah. You got those big buildings we're looking at. There's more all the way back through there. Alright, we're back. This is a beautiful building. I guess we're gonna get out of Michigan, huh? The Marge run. Alright, tell them bye. Bye! Alright, right above the big Texan here. Alamo is on its way out, unfortunately.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it definitely lived up to everything I thought it would be. I've been wanting to come here ever since I found out about it. You definitely need 2 days to get through. I mean, it took us 2 full days. It's now almost 4 o'clock, so.
And we were hustling through a lot of it.
We were. Highly recommend it. Carroll Shelby Way. Everything up here is so neat, the way they name everything. I bet they were building these houses like crazy back in the 20s and 30s. That's what they looked like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're really nice, though.
Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood.
Almost all this was Ford employees, you would think, at the time. I got on Zillow last night, and there's houses here that you can buy for like $1,000. I guess nobody wants them. Some of these abandoned areas of town, like boarded up houses that are like $1,000, $2,000. It's crazy. Back on I-75 South.
This is skincare with Squeeze. Explain this. So this is a leave-on face mask. You leave it on your skin. You don't have to wash it off, so it's good for travel. After you take it off, you have to put it into your skin, so it's good for 10 minutes. This has been Skincare with Squeeze. Thank you, and good night.
We are back in Ohio now, so we're just going back into Toledo, and then we're going to cut off towards the east and go all the way across the top of Ohio, right up against Lake Erie is our plan. Pennsylvania, and eventually New York to go to Niagara Falls tomorrow. Oh, is that like the Jeep plant there? Yeah, cool. My overall thoughts on Detroit, it's not like I thought it would be. You know, you hear that it's all abandoned, it's all really rough and scary and all that. From what we saw, Detroit seems to be like most cities. Like there's parts of the city that are rough and scary and parts that aren't. Like around that Ford area we didn't see anything that seemed sketchy at all. Where we stayed last night, it seems like it could be sketchy just right over from there if you drive in there at night. But, you know, if you're smart, it seems to be fine. It's crazy how much manufacturing they used to do in this area, you know. Sadly, a lot of it has moved out of the country now. Look at all the smokestacks here. There's like hundreds of them. We're back to this really pretty farmland out here in northern Ohio. This is something I've never seen before. It's like the gas station sign is out by the interstate, but there ain't no gas station here. I've seen them up way on a pole, but not like the actual sign. It's usually in front of a gas station. So we are getting off here in Sandusky, Ohio. Everybody's getting hungry because it's like dinner time, and unfortunately I lost the cord to my external microphone, which I really need when it's windy outside because this phone don't do too good. Maybe we can find like a Best Buy I can get a cord for my microphone. It's a really odd cord. We'll see if this works. They didn't have the cord, but they had an adapter and a cord, so we're gonna try that. We're gonna try to head over to Lake Erie here. It's like Jackson Pier. The guy in the Wendy's drive-thru recommended it, so it's gotta be good. Yeah, we've never saw the Great Lakes before, so thought we might could eat along the edge of the water there. Look at that building, wow. That's the club, it says. All the buildings in this block. Looks like we're pulling up to the ocean, doesn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Going to a beach town almost, isn't it? Yeah. All these rock buildings down through here. It's fine. They must have had a lot of that rock around here, I guess. This is a really pretty town. This is the place, but looks like the parking lot's closed. I may have to pull over here somewhere else. I hear the seagulls. Oh, the white brick down there.
Is there a beach nearby?
It's not the ocean, it's a lake.
It's a lake. So why are there seagulls?
Because it's a massive lake the size of an ocean. I don't know what kind of stone that is, but everything here is built in that. Wonder what that used to say. Could have been an old fire department or something, that big garage door like that. Yeah. This is really neat. Look at that building. It looks like it has to have been an old industrial building they've converted to like a hotel. Look at these swings and stuff down here.
And
so cool.
We should take a picture
really
of that
pretty.
giant rocking chair.
For sure. Roller coaster action over there at Cedar Point.
It's giant.
This is way different than any other like town on the water we've been to, I think. And we're gonna hang out here and eat. It's really overcast. It feels later than it is, but it's like 6 p.m. Yeah, this is my goal, my kids, is to take them places all over the country and let them realize there's more to just the area they live in. Try to see some of the world with them. What me and Marge are amazed by is we're here in July and it's like almost a little cold here.
Yeah, like I could wear pants right now for sure.
Yeah, I love it. This is way better than Florida at this time of year.
I love it.
That's an island there, but if you look that direction, the next landmass is Canada.
Oh, that's wild. What? Bubbles. Right over there, can we see it?
I don't think we can see it from here, but it's that direction.
There's bubbles.
All kinds of bubbles coming this way.
Oh, they're from over there.
I bet it's cool to ride those rides right by the water.
Oh, yeah.
So if a guy at Wendy's tells you to go down to this certain location, it's pretty cool. He's right, you know, he was completely right. So this is really neat down here. Definitely recommend it. You gotta get that photo. Here, everybody smile. Here. Perfect.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
It's the Border Patrol.
Another plaque to read. Come on now.
They make paper here, apparently. I love the rooftop porches and stuff here. That's cool. Or deck, whatever you want to call it. Whoa, look how their garages are. You couldn't turn Judy around in there.
Heck no. Judy turns on a dime. What are you talking about?
That'd be hard. Like, you got a big vehicle. That'd be hard. All right, let's get in Judy and head towards New York. What a cool building there. Jack's Deli. It says we would be at Niagara Falls at like 11 o'clock at night, so I'm not going to do that. We don't like to drive in the dark on these trips because we can see what we're looking at. So we'll probably drive a couple more hours and then spend the night somewhere in between here and Niagara Falls. Erie, Pennsylvania is about halfway there, and that'll put us there at like 9 o'clock at night. We got about an hour and 45 minutes to go before we get there. Oh, nice, nice.
Fairmont wagon.
Oh, I love it.
Funny Fairmont.
Oh, cool.
Econoline van.
I like the lowered Econoline. Yeah. And it's decided to pour the rain. We're in the middle of Cleveland, Ohio now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's Cleveland, Ohio. We're crazy.
See the big skyscrapers up here?
It's way bigger than what we got.
We ain't got nothing. We ain't got 2 stories. Remember that?
For real, for us.
Those are big. Big buildings there. Progressive Fields. Big baseball stadium.
Plays with Cavaliers.
It's crazy though, honestly.
I love the ones with the water tower on the roof.
You need to watch.
That still has lights in it.
There's a 35-mile-an-hour curve on the interstate. When have I ever been on a 35-mile-an-hour curve on the interstate?
So, I'm reading. I've went through 3 books. I'm gonna try to get them all done. I got, I think, 3 more books to go.
We are passing Thompson, Ohio, known worldwide as the home of Mike the Neighbor. I hear they have statues downtown of him and everything.
Oh, absolutely. Hometown hero.
Yes, I mean,
Living legend.
exactly. Shout out to Mike the Neighbor. Guys, we have made it into Pennsylvania. Look at that Liberty Bell.
Woo! So everyone knows you're supposed to beat, or at least try to beat, your GPS time that says your arrival time. This slowpoke has lost by like 2 minutes on his arrival time. Barely over 70. When you look at the white signs, the black letters on the side of the road.
Yeah, I usually don't beat the GPS. I'm usually behind.
That's terrible.
We have made it. We're in Erie, Pennsylvania. See what Marge booked us up here. Wingate. Okay. Change of pace.
We'll see how this goes.
We gotta let the monkey out. Are you ready to get out, monkey? You just like have made your own little home back here.
These are my dolls. The hair stuff for my dolls. Skincare.
Wait. Your dolls have hair stuff?
Yeah, because I had to do their hair.
Oh, gotcha.
They're my children.
That's incredible. Did you read that service manual for this car? No. I need you to read that before the end of this. Look, is that a 57 there? Nice.
I don't really know. It's very weird in the picture.
We're really good at checking in and checking out of hotels.
Yeah, we're like gypsies at this point.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, a little bit bigger than the last one.
yeah.
Well, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. We appreciate you watching. Tune in next week to see us go to Niagara Falls and then over to Boston and then all the way down the East Coast. We're planning on going to New York City, Washington, D.C., Plymouth, Massachusetts, down into Virginia and North Carolina. So we will see you guys next week. Check out our website at thesleeperdude.com. Check us out on our second channel at Sleeper Dude 2, third channel at Sleeper Dude Armed. We really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one.